that game 1-0. A very, very critical situation. They have to win their last game, 2 goals or more, for them to have a chance to qualify for the knockout stages of the Olympics. Welcome to Vote Sports this morning. My name is Godwin. I am here with the A team to analyze what Super Falcons did in the weekend, the other Olympic games, and the other transfers that is happening in the world of football. How are you, John?
Fine.
So you can go on Facebook. We ask the question: do you think that the Super Falcons can still qualify for the knockout stages of the Olympics after losing 1-0? Go there, drop your comments. We're reading it live. The handle on for Facebook is at Vote1043 FM. On Facebook is Vote1043 FM. We are still live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. Okay, guys, let's talk about Nigeria Super Falcons. We talked about it before on Saturday, what they are supposed to be doing, what they're supposed to do to qualify for this knockout stage, but they fell short. It was a wonderful free kick from Alexa to score that goal, but it was a disappointing display for Nigerian Super Falcons because they were soaking up pressure. But they were thinking of getting a draw from that game, but unfortunately for them, they lost.
So. I said this before the game. I said if they were going to play defensive, absorb pressure and hit on the break, we have a shot at the Spanish side. But I think the Spanish side didn't just let them get much of those pressure because they kept onto the ball. They kept the ball in their own half and came forward when they know that there was a chance at goal. And man, a team that plays like that, I don't think they have a shot at getting a counter attack against them because whenever they are progressive, you see them fall back. If there's no chance, you see them fall back, start again from beginning. Yeah, we call it in Guadangua football. Last year, as a issue. When we play street football, say go back, we'll start again from beginning. And that was what they were doing until they got that free kick. And Alexa is one of these players you look at, you say this person doesn't miss free kicks. You've seen her play. She's a good set piece taker. She's like the male James Ward-Prowse, the king of set piece. Yes, king of set piece. James Ward-Prowse,
There is a certain Juninho to be in contention.
No, I'm talking about currently. People that it was hard. It was just after that goal, I said it was over. I just had to go home and sleep off because they were just passing them. Even when they had the ball on them, there was no. Even when they had the ball, there was no intent of going forward.
Yeah, it was terrible. Watching that game yesterday, I couldn't see a forward drive. I couldn't see the mentality to go out there and get something. They didn't risk anything. They kind of played it safe, and it's hard to see, but it is what it is.
Now, the ball, they were dragging. They were still dragging, playing on slow motion. It's a competition, man. Play with your strengths. Play with everything you've got. Don't just play. And I was not feeling like maybe the situation of the country is getting to them in Paris.
Yeah, come on. Also. Okay, if you look at that game, now they have a slim chance to qualify. For them to...
Japan side they run.
Calculators.
That's how it works. Calculator. So, do you think that they can get that result? Because, man, we actually need the Super Falcons to do
Calculator
something.
FC no go work this time, oh. Calculator FC no go work this time because, come on, the Japanese side, you see them play against Spain. Yeah. The same Spain. Spain was even scared of them. They were running Spain riot. Even though that they came up short in that game, lack of creativity made them not get
the Brazil in that game. Come on, they beat Brazil.
And they played against, look at the same energy they used to play against Spain, was the same energy they used to play against Brazil, and look at they got the result in that game. So, which means now you have to ensure no hope. No hope.
You have to.
Has 1 point and 3 points and a positive goal difference. You have 2 goals.
Deficit against Japan raises the amount of goals you need to score.
And now look at it. You will now have to beg. Once you are calculating your own win against Japan with 3 goals, you now have to beg Brazil and Spain to play. One person must win because if they play 0-0 draw, they have 4 points. So it's over. So you are pressing the calculator and you are begging these people to win. So you can at least qualify. Come on now, we I think we've gone past that level. So for me, it's game over.
2 goals at least against Canada. We'll talk about something about Canada in a moment. Brazil 1, Japan 2, Spain 1, Nigeria 0. There is an interesting game. Australia 6, Zambia 5, and USA trashed Germany 4-1.
That was the game of the weekend.
Let's talk about that game because they are African representatives. At that point, Australia 6, Zambia 5. At some point, Zambia went in 5-2 on the score sheet, and I left, and I came back, and I'm seeing 5-5, and I said
quality. But yeah, they didn't have the defensive prowess to finish it up, because if they had the defensive prowess at 5-1,
you should have locked the game
Man,
out. Like pack the bus, pack the TV,
yes,
pack
you're packing bus,
pack everything.
you're packing bus. When they close up everything that has to do with the opposition's side, getting into your final third. And after, as I saw that game, I was like,
win that game. They scored in the first minute. First minute of the game, they scored the goal. They went on to score goals, and 5-2, and everybody was expecting them to win that game. It
was goal reply until they went 1-2-3.
They went 5-2.
Was 3 and
okay. I was disappointed with that game because I was thinking, because they are representing African, we are thinking 0-4-8, 5-8, 5-3. Call us and tell us what you think about the Nigerian Super Falcons, if they can still qualify for the next round, if Nigeria versus Spain, and if they can qualify. Okay, another game that was interesting in that women's football,
world champions, man.
USA are the Brazil of women football.
World champions. You can't take it away from them. You just can't.
Sure, you can't.
It's when you look at the what's it called, the pedigree of the players they've put out. Many of them are playing in Spanish side. Many of them play for. In short, when they are giving Ballon d'Or now, you call 4 players from the USA side on the top 30. When you're calling 5 players from one country in top 30, you expect them to go into competitions looking to win it. They play for Olympic Lyon, who always wins the Champions League, UEFA Champions League, for almost the big teams in Europe. So you can't expect them to go into competitions like this looking all sluggy and slow. They want to go there, get the game. In short, from the first minute, and I think it will not in any way come back again, is the male side, where the super, what's it called? The Can One calls when Nigeria beats Brazil. That's a German side that we German machine. The machine engine no spoil.
Okay. If you look at the group A is Colombia has 3 points, France has 3 points, Canada have 0, and New Zealand has 0. The thing that and they were fined and was deducted points. Now that's why they still have 0 points, because they are probably cleared that point now, so they need to probably win their last game for them to qualify. But so FIFA is taking disciplinary action against Canada, and they have deducted points from them. But let's see how this develops, and if they are going to qualify. It has 0 point and -4. Obviously, they are going. They cannot score 4 goals to clear that next game to deficit. Yeah. So the third stages. Okay, let's move on to men's football, because men's football they played. So I'll give you the results for the men's Olympic. Ukraine 2, Morocco 1, New Zealand 1, USA. Our African brothers, Ukraine losing. Okay, Ukraine won against Morocco, and it's going to make it tough for them. But we are making it tough for African countries. We are making the Group A. France has 6 points, USA has 3 points, New Zealand has 3 points, and Guinea points. Morocco has 3 points, and Iraq has 3 points. So it's 3 points. Anything that happens in the last game will show who is going to qualify for the knockout stages of the next stage for the men's Olympics. Group C is Spain has 6 points, Egypt has 4 points. They have qualified for the next round. Dominican Republic have 1, and Uzbekistan has 0. They are out. And for the final Group D, Japan has 6 points, Paraguay have 3 points, Mali has 1. Kelechi Iheanacho is moving to Spain. Let's hope that probably when he goes there, he's going to make us proud, because he has been in England for a very long
time. On Facebook at Vote 104.
Okay, guys, welcome back to the show. Before we talk about Kelechi Iheanacho, let's talk about the friendly games that happened, John.
Yeah,
John, over to you.
It's terrible,
Maresca
coming in, but it is what it is. I feel like, I said it earlier sometime that the results the Chelsea get this season will be the payoff for the board in not putting their trust in Pochettino. And so I think maybe those eggs have already started to roost, maybe. But let's see how it goes.
Well, it's too early to call. Oh. It's too man early to call because 2 loss in your
Back
first
to
2
back,
friendly games and heavy lose against Celtic. Mental stages, where are they? In UEFA ranking, where are they? And Chelsea is looking back-to-back match. Like you, not 2 losses. You played first game because
first game.
You considered 2 goals. Now against Celtic, you're playing maybe defensive midfielders, 2 defensive midfielders, your 4 back line, and your team to play like. Are they playing? Are they expect them to hold that? And you want to use the same team to build from the back, except for maybe a Colwill or maybe a Fofana who is always injured. These players I just mentioned from the Chelsea side, but the rest of the Disasi, Badashile.
That's the thing now. If you're building from the back, ideally you're supposed to build from the back through your center halves who move and progress the game forward. Now your center halves in this scenario now they are not really good on the ball. Just your fullback. So and then look at
you can actually talk about it's a friendly game. Because if you look at some of
these
these players, Enzo, Caicedo, they are still out.
I disagree.
It's a friendly game. Did you see what if we meet in the Champions League? What if we meet in the Conference League? How would it be? This is how you need to play. You need to play with the hunger to win every game. And that is something
don't forget that the same Chelsea side that drew against Wrexham have been in the Premier League for over 50 years. Wrexham are just, let me say, they don't have any rich history in the Premier League. They've not even been to the Premier League, for crying out loud. And you're playing those guys and you're drawing your match.
Why it's probably that experimenting. Let's see what will happen. Better than losing 4-1 is very, very terrible.
Experimenting with the full defensive line.
You
can only experiment with the forward line. Maybe you don't score goals. You experiment with the front 3, the front 4. But you see that full defensive line, they're not experimenting with it. And this is the same line that will play the Champions League.
That's the line that will play the Premier League this season.
Okay, the other game that happened again is Arsenal playing Manchester United. Arsenal winning that game 2-1, but they decided to play penalty.
The same thing. They help ourselves. We help Arsenal last year. May they help us prepare for Man City, because I believe this Community Shield might just go into penalty shootout. So you just test your players for the season to see who will be taking penalties.
Okay, Arsenal players have been coming back. Kai Havertz is back. Martinelli is back, and Gabriel, the defender, is back too. So Arsenal, after this week, everybody will be back, both for every club. So probably you play 1 or 2 games before the Premier League starts, because if you look at Premier League, it's going to start in next 2 or 3 weeks. Premier League starts. So, but that game especially was an entertaining game. I saw that game about 1 a.m. midnight. It was lovely for see both teams play well. But let's see what the problem now is that Euro was injured.
Euro got injured. Hewlett got injured. I think 3 players from Man United side got injured. I've forgotten the third person's name. And Victor Lindelof was also injured. Now, people that were saying Sancho, you see the same Sancho that left Man United? That old Sancho. Just Sancho that played for Dortmund is not the Sancho we saw yesterday night. We all know that.
I keep saying that
Rashford
is still a
Rashford game. It's not about this. See, give us. We know you've got to Dortmund. Give us what we saw in Dortmund. That's what the Man United fans should be trying, right? And that's what the Man United fan base around his house should go and protest. Man,
protest.
The game, not in the stadium. Don't come to the stadium and disrupt the atmosphere of winning game. But in Sancho's place, go and tell him that you gave us this performance when you went to Dortmund. Please bring that Dortmund performance back to the Old Trafford ground. Bring that performance back to Carrington. Don't just be playing it when you go out. Then when you're on Man United football, you're playing a different football. You're playing a relaxed DJ football. We don't want that. We want to see Sancho on his best.
Okay, let's see what happens with this friendly, because I say that it's still friendly games, and if you look at this particular year, most of their offensive players are still out on holidays, especially for Chelsea. On YouTube at Vote FM Sports. We are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. Or you can call us to drop your comments on YouTube. We're going to be reading here in the studio. And you can also call us to join the conversation here with us in the studio. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. 0706 048 5853. Call us and tell us what you think about the Chelsea game, the Super Falcons, and the Arsenal game. Okay, guys, let's move to the big one. Kelechi Iheanacho is moving to Spain. Okay, let me start with you. So, how do you make of that move? I think it's because, come on,
You know,
our senior man.
the past games for the Spanish side, there's this Nigerian making waves. He's taking one man of the match award for one of the friendly games, and he's been fantastic. It's not like, I think they are beginning to give their social media handlers to Nigerians because they know how to move social media. And this guy's always on the media. You see, what's it called? Bayer Leverkusen has attracted more followers on their social media pages, and I think Sevilla has gained about 1 million followers as well because of the Nigerians they're giving the opportunity. I think this is a marketing stunt. Though Kelechi Iheanacho is a good player, senior man, a good player, I will lie. But are they calling him to come and play, or are they calling him to come and be on the bench? Because in that attack line, we have Suso or Campos, and Nesri might be leaving.
Nesri has left already. So
see,
they need a striker.
They have strikers. So we don't know who is going to be playing first team football.
Come on. So they are buying to, I think he's going to be playing even more than what he's playing.
You cannot buy. Go ahead, Joe. You cannot sell a nursery and then you want to rely on Suso and Ocampos for crying out loud. These guys are just wingers.
Do you know how many
they are just wingers for crying out loud. They are just wingers. And you need someone in the mode of Kelechi Iheanacho to lead the line up front.
I mean, has Kelechi led the line anywhere?
He has led the line at Leicester City at least.
He has never. He's only dropping deep to midfield, playing behind the main striker.
When Vardy was not available, he was there to lead the line.
He was there to lead the line, playing from midfield.
Because Vardy was the captain, and Vardy was the guy that was leading the match when this guy left, Drinkwater left. So he had to play second fiddle because Vardy is there, and Vardy is homegrown talent at Leicester City. So I don't understand how you can tell me now that this guy is going to go and sit on the bench. How?
Are you saying that he's not going to be playing as if when you go?
He goes play last 30 minutes of the game. He will come in. That's what
I disagree.
Leading the line 90 minutes, Kelechi Iheanacho cannot.
He can.
In Sevilla, he has technicality on the ball, and I agree with that. He has creativity, passing range. He's good with all of that. But Sevilla does not need the player that will come into midfield and come and be creating chances.
He needs to play the top 9 position. He's not play. He doesn't drop back. He plays in that position, and if there's
Leicester, let's go back to he mentioned Leicester. Let's go back to Leicester City where he came from. Yeah, Leicester City where he came from. Vardy is not available. He leads the line. Who scores the goals? Same Dewsbury Hall and the rest of the other players at Leicester City. He's always dropping the only time he scores goals is maybe when he's playing for FA Cup. That's why they've tagged him as the Leicester. If you go to the Leicester page now, you see Mr. FA Cup. Kelechi Iheanacho. He's Mr. FA Cup for them because he's always on the score sheet during the FA Cup matches. But during league matches, he's nowhere to be found on score sheets.
It's not his fault for crying out loud.
So I think
if you look at the way the manager wants the team to be set up, if you look at how they want the ball to move, it's everything is towards Vardy. And that's what it is.
That's what I'm saying. Him dropping deep now to play as from the strikers, because even in the Spark Eagles team, he plays behind the striker most times. That's where the coaches play him behind the striker, which means he does well there. Unless Sevilla will need a striker,
because he does well as a second striker does not mean that he's not a top man.
Kelechi Iheanacho has never been a top man anywhere. Even when he went to Man City in the
you can't use Man City as a yardstick because he never got.
Let's talk about the competitions. Let's talk about competitions. He won gold medals in World Cups 2017. I'm sorry, under 17, under 20 World Cups that he played representing Nigeria. He was the highest goal scorer, one of the highest goal scorers. That's where the yes celebration came into life. And you saw how he performed. He was always dropping deep into midfield like that. See, compare these players to the likes of Harry Kane and all of that. Drop into midfield, creates chances for other players to score. But Harry Kane has a different tilt to it. Harry Kane goes on to score the goals himself. But Kelechi Iheanacho does not go on. He creates the chances, but doesn't join the finishing process. He doesn't finish those chances off. That's where the problem is. And I think Sevilla wants someone to bury those chances, that's someone to create the chances, because there are enough players to create that chance.
But they are buying him, so if they are buying him, the coach is seeing something. Okay, remember guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports, so we have a comments here, comment on our YouTube channel. Okay, to me, he's saying Kelechi will do well in Spain, and he's also saying friendly game shows your plan and programmed for the new season. So he's talking about Maresca. Maresca go see Shege.
Shake-
Hey, go see Shege next season if you know do well. He's also saying Adnoso.
Mhm. I have a response. Talk to me, Emmanuel.
The matter said Adnoso. Kelechi led the line at Leicester City and did very well. And even when Vardy came back, Kelechi was still starting and he had a wonderful season. He's also saying that you can't use it as a judgment bait for.
I'm telling you, you
that's
can't
just-
for
you
anybody.
You play
You
for
can't.
City and you can't use
Wait.
City. You're winning
You
trophies. You
can't.
can't. Come on now.
Let me finish the comments now.
No,
Wait.
continue.
It's not an
Talk to me.
argument.
Talk
Stop
to me,
that.
Emmanuel.
Okay, man is to say you can't use City as his judgment based at Nosu. He dropped into the midfield. He drops into the midfield does not mean he can't be up front. Kane, like I said, Tony does the same and
I
they
mentioned
all
those names.
score. So if you look at Kelechi, you can argue, but it depends on the setup. If a coach tells him to drop, he drops.
Simple.
If they tell him to stay,
That doesn't mean he
stays.
can't stay
That
up front
doesn't
and
mean he
score
cannot
goals
stay
because
up front.
he knows how
See,
to score goals. That's not the issue here.
Let's use this now. It's even when Harry Kane is playing for the what's it called Bayern Munich. When he's playing for Bayern Munich. Look at the way they are set up to play. You know that Kane does not have any right, yes, to drop into midfield.
But he still does.
He still does, and he still scores goals. That's his personality, and he finds, and the coach likes him for it. Bro, stay up front. We'll create chances for you. Say, okay, I help you. But when he comes into the pitch, he joins the process of creating chances. I believe Kelechi Iheanacho has that opportunity as well. Creates those chances, but finishing them is where I have a problem with him.
I don't have a
He's my
problem
senior
with him
man.
in finishing.
I feel say this
I
now.
don't
I
have
go
a
to
problem
tomorrow.
with him
Some of my
in
story,
finishing.
but
Kelechi's only problem is that he has never gone to a club that wants him to be the top guy. That's his problem. And he has been willing to do what is necessary to prove himself. And he has proved himself at Leicester City. So for once, if he's going to join this club and he's going to be the top guy upstairs, I think he's earned it. And I think when the season starts and the games start coming in, he's going to be banging in those goals because he knows how to finish and then he knows how to provide for others. So what else are you looking for in a striker?
Let's see what happens.
I'm just looking at his partnership. I'm losing one eye now, like the tactical law that I am to look at his personal.
Our coach.
Indeed.
His
Okay.
partnership with
Let's
Ejuki.
take this call. Hello. Oh, okay. We lost that call. Okay, remember, the call is 0706 048 5853. I think it's that. So just keep trying and tell us what you think about Iheanacho's move to Spain and Nigeria.
I'm saying his partnership with Ejuke is something else I want to see. I want to see how they will go about it. You know.
Okay.
What the-
Hello. Good morning. Oh. Okay. Now so continue.
his partnership with Ejuke. You get. I want to see how that will pan out.
Yeah, that's a Nigerian winger there.
The Nigerian winger they just signed from
Yes.
the right. I want to see how that partnership will pan out. I want to see what they would build. If it will be something beautiful, or if it was something they will say, oh please, after one season we have to sell one of them. Because Sevilla is just a team. Sevilla is just a team that likes to look for money. They build talents, they keep talents, but they also want to sell off to get someone else. So I think if you look at it, if Ejuke will be playing 90 minutes and Kelechi Iheanacho will play 90 minutes, which I disagree, I doubt that he will be playing 90 minutes, you would see a beautiful side of Ejuke because he will supply him more passes. He will create more chances for all those wingers to score goals. But if he's playing the last 30 minutes of the game, you won't see the much light of Ejuke because he will just want to perform on his own.
Okay, let's see what happens with Kelechi when he moves, he completes that move. Let's hope that probably we'll see our senior man perform wonderful in Spain. I hope he performs well.
La Liga player of the season in my head.
Yeah, player of the season, hopefully. Because he could have moved to Saudi Arabia and collected one.
Yeah,
That means
you
he's
know.
still looking at playing top leagues,
team, yeah.
which is shows his mentality. He wants to still perform in the highest level in the top 5 leagues. Okay, the next news is about Osimhen. Osimhen has not even featured in Napoli at all. He wasn't in the best way they played their friendly game yesterday or day before yesterday. He has made it clear, Conte has made it clear that Osimhen has to leave. They are not agreeing this deal with PSG. They are still trying to figure out what they are going to do with PSG. But Osimhen not playing, he's not getting match fitness, he's not even training with the first team. I think it's bad for him, John.
I disagree. I think this is the right time for him to make that move. I think the perfect time would have been after he had that fantastic season, but
No,
he's making
what
the
I'm
move
saying is
now.
that most clubs, even if they are leaving, at least you still train with the team
Yeah,
and
yeah,
perform with the team.
but look at it. Conte doesn't want any. Conte has the same trait. You saw it happen in Chelsea. You are seeing it happen in Napoli. Conte has this trait where if you are not going to give him what he wants, if you are not going to, you know, fit into his plan for the team, then you are frozen out. He's done it elsewhere. He's done it to a number of other players. So I think for me, it's best for Osimhen to maybe have his own fitness, train and get himself ready for the season, but be looking to leave Napoli as soon as possible. Because if this summer, if this transfer window is up,
And imagine
it's
that.
bench United for him.
Imagine
Igalo had
It's
to
bench
employ a
United.
personal trainer
Yeah.
when he was in Saudi trying to work his move to the Manchester United side. Was it Saudi or China when he was trying to make
China.
that loan move? He took a pay cut. Now PSG has come for you. You're no longer welcomed at Napoli. Why don't you try every means necessary to leave the side, go for a team that could play well? And remember, I'm sure I'm even having this doubt of him playing in PSG because this same Luis Enrique now open his mouth talk say Osimhen is not. That was about 6 months ago. In a press conference, said Osimhen is not technical enough to play in his side. Now, why are you looking to bring him into that same side?
You can say that for Erling Haaland too. But coaches change their mind depending on the kind of
That's
striker
the
is
thing,
available.
That's
If
the
you look
thing,
at the normal, Pep will never, in the last 5 years, never buy a Haaland. If he bought Abramovich and didn't actually play Abramovich so much because the
Sure.
club forced Abramovich to him, but he decided to play him. But he found a solution when we moved Messi to that first night and he was playing well. He said, "Okay, thank God I found a solution to this guy." So coaches can change their mind. They can say something and probably decide to do
So
another thing.
now
later.
look at it this way. You've met the player, you've met the team. The clubs are negotiating 220 million is a whole lot of money. But they want to take now I think the release clause is 150 million for Osimhen and 100 million for Vicha.
Yeah.
Now they are saying no, we can't pay 250 million for these two players. Give us these two players for 220. If Napoli knew they want to make the business, they will let these two players go because I think for no reason would Conte play with these two players for next season. So unless he wants to change his tactics,
Yeah,
Conte is not.
because
Conte is not.
he's already looking to bring in Lukaku. He's looking at other players that he's going to bring in. And Conte is one coach that whenever he comes to a club, he's looking to put his imprint on the club right from the jump.
Conte can do a total overhaul.
Yeah.
And get the backing of the board. But the same thing some clubs cannot do in England. Conte can get it done for you in less than 6 months. And that's what Conte wants to do now. If Osimhen, trust me, if Osimhen and Vicha leaves, other top players might likely leave.
Sure.
And he will do that total overhaul swiftly.
But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with Osimhen because he is trying to move. He has been trying to move, get that move, but he will still move away from Napoli. There's no way back for him in this team because his clause says that he can leave. He said he wants to leave, and Conte said, "Okay, fine, you will leave." So you don't have any. He doesn't want him in his team. So let's see what happens with Osimhen. Okay, we have one more comment about that. About Iheanacho in our YouTube channel. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. It's Paul Ebuka saying, "Good morning, guys. I see him doing well." He's talking about Kelechi Iheanacho. Okay, let's go on a quick short break. When we come back, we'll talk about other transfer news that is happening around the world. Stay with us.
Volt FM on Instagram at Volt 1043 FM. Turn up the volume.
Volt 104.3 FM.
Hello, Enugu. Have you heard? Volt 104.3 FM is granting small businesses in Enugu a chance to be heard and to be known. Let us help you advertise your business for as low as 2,500 naira per spot. And if you pay 50,000 naira for 20 spots, we will give you 10 spots for free. For more inquiries, visit Volt 104.3 FM at 64 Ozobolo Street by ESPS Junction, Enugu, or call our marketers on 0815 628 5384 or 0816 215 5195.
Volt 104.3 FM.
Okay, guys, welcome back to the show. Remember, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. We are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. Okay, you can also call us to tell us what you think or your own contribution about Osimhen, about all the things we have been talking about. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. 0706 048 5853. Okay, let's move on to other transfers that are happening. Liverpool have rejected a bid for Endo from Marseille. I think Marseille is trying to build to wrestle that league away from PSG, but they think it's possible, even though that Endo is not going there, but they are buying.
Well, I said Zebri is a coach that wants to play in the Continentals, not really win the league, because we saw him in Brighton. He built a team at Brighton, and Graham Potter took over that team and took that team to the Continentals. Now he came back and couldn't steady the ship. That's why he had problems with the same team he built. Now in Marcel, I'm looking at him like he's getting all the big boys that played in the Premier League. So he knows that the only place to get players with the energy he needs is either from Germany or from the Premier League. Either he's getting players from the German Bundesliga or he's getting players from the the English Premier League. So this way he's gotten one or two players from the Bundesliga. He's gotten Greenwood from the Premier League, one player from Hilberg as well from the Premier League. He knows his midfield is certain, his attack line is certain, but he needs more midfielders to shore up those positions. And coming back to the Premier League to hunt, it's called market hunting in Premier League. I think it's a good strategy. Come to the Premier League, get players. I believe if he wants to wrestle that league from the PSG side, he should probably look for midfielders from Portugal. They've got more creative midfielders in the world, right? And maybe defensive midfielders from Brazil. He could get a result with this mix of players. You want creativity, go to Portugal. You want defensive resilience, go to Brazil. You want finishers, come to England and Spain. Mix them up that way, you get a team that could compete for any title any day. And I think that's what he's looking to do, but let's give him time. It's not just something about 6 months' time or perhaps at the end of 2025. Let's give him up to 2026 and see if he could get a result. If they don't sack him because of all the money they are spending so
They
far.
brought Greenwood, they brought a whole lot of players too. Okay, guys, remember, you can go on Facebook to drop your comments at Volt 1043 FM. Okay, let me read some of our comments from our Facebook. Ali Chukwu is saying, I don't think so. Okay, we asked a question that do you think that Super Falcons can still qualify after losing to Spain? Okay, Ali Chukwu is saying, I don't really think so. Who lose is lose. I can't believe Super Falcons are not eligible to make us proud against Spain. Okay, Silas is saying, good morning, guys. In the studio, I am testing from Transeco to GRA. For me, I don't think Super Falcons will qualify to the next round. It's over. Up Manchester City, up Volt FM. Okay, thank you for that, Silas. Okay, you are saying no,
I'm just saying it's just crazy, man. They have to, but I'm saying I'm giving them all till 2026. Maybe they can get a result. And I think that was what they did some time ago when they went to Belgium to get strikers, the likes of Osimhen and the rest of them. They went to Portugal to get midfielders. They went to Brazil to get young talents. And after like 3 years, 4 years, I think they won the league and they sold off all these talents for heavy sums. So if Marcel is looking at that route, I think Marcel as they are buying, I think they bought an 18-year-old player last week from Moscow, Croatia. If they should go on and buy not these young or old men. Hilberg is 20 or 30, 28 above. They should not buy all this. They should look for younger players below 22.
But the thing is that you need to have balance in this side. You need to have the experience, the leadership. You need to have players that have been there, done that, and then you now have youth coming and join the mix. Same.
Go to each big league in the world, Brazil, Spain. Get a proper mix. Don't even buy players from France because they will come there and fall your hand.
Let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay, I think network is giving problem. Remember, guys, number to call is 0706 048 5853. 0706 048 5853. Okay, remember, guys, we are still live on our YouTube channel at Vote FM Sports. We have comments here. Emmanuel is saying Osimhen should be careful. One wrong move and he will almost go the wrong route with his career. Or that should go to Saudi now. Come on.
Well, he's still below
I disagree.
28.
It's too early.
He's
Too
still
early
below
for him to
28
go
now.
to Saudi.
Sorry.
But Emmanuel is also saying that the Super Falcons, talking about Super Falcons, they should not qualify. Lost 2 games already. Let them keep flexing TikTok videos in camp. Okay, we are actually flexing, but they are not giving us results in the field. Okay, guys, let's continue with transfer news. Varane has obviously signed a 2-year contract with Como. How do you make it? Fabregas is building something.
Obviously.
Build the top 10 for Como. What do you think, John? Varane.
John,
It's
John,
Varane.
just
It's Varane.
talk that today because waiting in my mind different waiting there. Just talk, we'll see.
Top 10, I think it's too early. Maybe top 15.
So what do you think about that transfer exactly? Because probably he's going to bring in a whole lot of youth from for Como. Then he's bringing experience to balance
I
it.
think you've not gone to this transfer market has given them the opportunity to sign big name players, and I think Thierry Henry, this Varane's move now is Thierry Henry's pool. I'm a France legend. I played for some club. I went on, built some club, and now I am an investor here. Come and help me build this club to the great standards it is.
Let's not also forget that this move to Como is also a good move for Varane in the sense that he may not yet want to go and play in Saudi or the US. He just wants to stay in Europe and continue his career. So there's a pool
mind you,
too
he's
for
going
him.
he's taking a pay cut maybe.
There's a pool too for him to stay in Europe, to stay in the Serie A. He could play one season and be back at maybe La Vecchia Signora or at Inter Milan. So you never
You
can
said
tell.
calm down now. At 32, you want to start moving around to the big
Yeah,
teams again.
because
You
let's
just
not
get to play
forget,
middle
at
table
32,
team. No more
we had
pressure.
Bonucci, we had Kellini playing well into their
And
they
late
played-
30s.
they
especially
played for
because
that.
they had injuries.
Well into
See,
their late
they
30s.
played from that club till they played for their late 30s in the
I
same
disa-
club.
I
They were not
disagree.
moving around.
I
You
disagree.
think moving around is easy? You have 6 months to start preparing.
All
games.
it's going to take is for one big team to say, look, this our main man is injured. There's a credible option in Varane. Let's get him in. Simple.
He's always injured too. That's the problem.
Yeah, Varane has only 2 injury cases every year, perhaps highest 4 injury cases every year, and he plays more than 20 games a season. Unlike some people that only play 11, 15 games out of 40, 50 games, they only play 11 games a season. He has a good record on the pitch than on the sidelines as an injury player. So I don't think he would be this injury-prone player again. He is this player that would come into this. See, I'm just looking at the Como side as a side that wants to build. They have experience on the sidelines. Thierry Henry as an investor, because that's what they are not calling him the managing director. They're not calling him the CEO. They're only calling him an investor. Thierry Henry as an investor comes to training as an assistant coach. Now look at there's one slot for an assistant coach that's open in the Como side that nobody's taking. So what he does is, as an investor, he occupies that spot. When he's not on the assistant coach job, he goes for his pundit duties. Now Fabregas a fantastic midfielder. He's taking this club from where they were to where they are now, and he's going to build for a future with them. So I think it's a process that he is willing to give his life to, and just like what we saw Xabi Alonso do at Leverkusen.
You think he can do that?
I'm not
with
saying he will
City?
do it immediately.
Okay.
I'm just saying 3 years from now he might be doing that.
Okay, let's see how that works out with Varane. I hope that he stays injury free, because for me he is a lovely player, because apart from injuries, he's a wonderful player. Okay, let's go to our YouTube comments. Emmanuel is also saying the influence of Henry and Fabregas will attract both experienced and youthful French players to Como.
Yes.
Okay, he's also saying, why will a big team go for Varane again after this season? Let him help Como and enjoy his time there. Okay, that's about. He's also saying that the good part about the Como job for Fabregas is that he is not under any pressure to perform.
Obviously.
So
Sure.
he's going to just cool down,
Just steady the ship.
steady the ship and be moving. So I think they bought a striker,
See, look at it now. When you're not under pressure from big media houses and you're gradually slotting yourself into the top mix, moving.
Gradually.
Nobody is noticing
Silent
you
moves.
making
Silent
silent.
moves.
You're not making silent moves. When you not get the result, like just like Leverkusen, I think it was after 28 games they've not lost. February they've not lost. We started noticing that this is making silent moves. Let's put that idea. Then that was when the news move became loud. So for Como now, 2 years they're just top 10, just there in the top 10, and nobody said anything about them. Then after 4 years, you're seeing them carry the Serie A. You're like, come on, how did that happen? Why didn't you do a split study on this?
Let's stay with Serie A because Roma is actually making moves. They are going to sign Matthias Sol from Juventus. He's a guy that moved around, but he came back to Juventus. Now they are going to sign. But I saw the way they were working on him. There's a way these Roma fans welcome players. You will think that they are doing crusade or something. Everybody is there, and I wonder who is this guy that they are bringing. So I have to look at him and see what he's doing. They are also about to sign Dovic from Girona. So they are actually a team again that are making moves, guys. But do you think that Rossi has what it takes now to fight for that league? Because if you look at it, they have not really performed. Even with Jose Mourinho, they have not still catch this top 2 thing for a while now. Do you think that Rossi can take them to that level because of these players they are buying?
Roma has always been a team for the top 6. Now, falling off that top 6 position was a shame. Now, what the best Rossi could do with them now is bring them back into the top 4 fold. That's the highest they could go. Top 4 fold. If they fall down lower than top 10, then it will be a problem for the Rossi's career as a coach. This is his first major big break. This is his first major break.
I think about being a former player, or you are starting your coaching career. If they give you that opportunity and you didn't perform, no big club again will get you.
It becomes a problem. You don't have to go down to a Division 3 team, maybe a Serie C team or a Serie B team, and start proving yourself all over again. So I think for De Rossi, it's going to be a good one for him if he steadies this ship, maintains the top 6, go for the Continentals, the Conference League,
Champions League.
Come on. Conference League and Europa League. Stay there for some time. If you can win the Europa League, get your hands on major trophies like the Continentals, Europa League, and even West Ham that won the Conference League. We still chance them champions of Europe.
Come on.
Yes. Yeah.
They used to actually to
third class champions of
It doesn't mean which class you are. You're a champion of Europe. So Mourinho took Roma to the first Conference League, and what did he name him? Champion of Europe. So West Ham the same thing, champion. So if you can lay your hands on the Europa League or the Conference League, automatically you're a champion of Europe.
Okay, let's see what happens with Roma too, because everybody Inter is now the biggest team there in Italy. They have been performing for quite a while now. Okay, let's move back to Spain, because Sergio Roberto for Barcelona, they are letting him go. They are not offering him another country. He is one of the 3 captains. Back I used to have 3 or 5 captains. I don't know how they used to name that their captains, but he's one of their captains. But now they are not offering him a new contract, and he is leaving. And Ajax is looking to get him. Do you think, based on what he has done, do you think they probably should have kept him, or he should have left? He should go.
Now that place where the money no day. The report I said money. The finance is stable. This is how to generate those finances. All these players that are big players,
but he was taking pay cuts. He took pay cuts.
He took pay cuts during the Corona crisis. And now, back as old, now they want to, even if you take pay cuts, you still need to cut down the books to introduce new players. They're looking for Dani Olmo.
They are looking for,
and the only way to get Dani Olmo is to let these players go.
And no matter what, Olmo will not command the same salary for.
Definitely. So I think it's a way. And we're talking about Nico Williams as well. If he's going to stay in Spain, because he's not giving a response yet. If he's going to stay in Spain, as I said it before, he'll stay in this, unless Barca are willing to pay him ×3 of what Bilbao will pay.
And of course, they can't do that right now.
So he's staying in Bilbao. If he's staying in Spain, unless he's going to English side, maybe Chelsea or come to Arsenal, maybe.
I think he's still waiting to make his personal decision for that.
That's
I don't know what he's waiting for. But let's see what's Sergi, because if you look at the memo he's given to Barcelona, that final goal he scored against PSG that took them to the next round, he was one of the. I watched that game live and I was like, I screamed because it was a fantastic goal. Okay, let's go back to our YouTube channel. Remember, guys, we are live every day on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. Emmanuel is also saying Seji should go to Como. He's friends with Fabregas. Everybody is going to. He should go to Como. I think it's even a better idea for him to go to Como. Okay, finally, guys, let's talk about Real Madrid. He said that Ada is going to be staying because Leverkusen is trying to get him on loan, but they are saying that he's going to be staying. But if you look at it, if he goes to Leverkusen, he will play more.
Sure,
But
you
if he
play
stays
more.
at Real Madrid, he might not play. So do you think if you are him, do you think he should stay or
we
develop
know-
with Real Madrid or
we
to
know
move to Leverkusen?
with Cruz leaving, to Luka has 1 year.
Yes.
He would play more in Real Madrid
Sure.
this period. This year, this season, 2024-2025, and Agula will play more in Real Madrid that he played last year. Last year, he had Cruz and Tony. Sorry, Tony and Luka ahead of him. So there's no way he's going to play ahead of these two legends. So now that one of them is gone, I think he has more shout at playing more games, because if they're taking out what's it called, Luka Modric, he's coming in. Or maybe Valverde will go to that front line. And remember, see, Tchouaméni is not still competing for. Tchouaméni is still an auxiliary player for Real Madrid, playing in the center half, playing in the right back, left back, any other defensive role because of the injury crisis the defense line has. And now the defense line is short one because Nacho decided to leave for Saudi. So I think we are taking away Tchouaméni from the midfield fold, put him in the auxiliary position. So which means it gives a shout at Andagola
to
for
play.
playing in that midfield position. So I think Valverde, Camavinga, Luka Modric, and Andagola, these are the 4 players that will be playing key roles in that midfield position this season.
What do you think? He is. They call him the Turkish Messi, obviously. But him staying or going to Leverkusen, if you are him, what would you be choosing?
I think you have to pick him staying because this is Real Madrid you're talking about. This is the club of his dreams, and he's having finally a small window, just a little window to come in, be in this position, help the team out in this period, and then he has that shirt for the rest of maybe 4, 5, 6 years at Real Madrid. So I think it's not going to be nice for him to leave right now just because the opportunity to get more playing time is creeping up. But the thing is, if he did leave and go to Leverkusen, then Real Madrid will feel like they have it within them to get somebody else to cover that place.
Now,
And
wait,
it
now
wouldn't
one
make
talk.
sense for him.
Now, it's now
moving.
one talk now. If he go, even if not 6 months loan, Real Madrid go see another player will go play that position.
That's the thing.
And it's over for him.
Okay, guys. Probably he's going to be staying, even though that Leverkusen is trying to get him. But I think obviously that he is staying. Okay, guys, this is how we're going to be ending today's show. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for joining us on our YouTube channel and all the comments we received on our YouTube channel. Remember, guys, every day we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. Live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. Go there, drop your comments, and remember, you can also watch this episode on YouTube and other episodes we have actually talked about, and we have an amazing comment for you at that channel. Remember, the channel is at Volt FM Sports. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Godwin, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Welcome to Volt 104.3 FM, where music meets the voltage.
Take a break and enjoy the show.
Sports.
Imagine I feel come
Entertainment. News and politics.
Enugu State's governor has
Gospel.
and let them have dominion. The kingdom of God is within people.
Awesome programs exclusively on
Volt 104.3 FM.